Today on Cook Around and Find Out, we are going to make some quick and easy steak fajitas. So I've got some peppers that I chopped up the other day because a lot of times when I buy peppers, I found it's just easier if I stop and chop them up all at the same time. So we are going to cut the ends off of our red onion. Drop it in our garbage bowl over here, or I can just sit here and throw it all over the counter. Alright, slice it down the middle. We're going to peel the outer skin off of it. This is a nice red onion. So make sure you get all that skin off there. So usually I would slice these, but since my peppers are already chopped, that's exactly how I'm going to do these. So I'm going to make sure I've got a hold of the onion good. Make a couple slices here. Turn it around. Just definitely going to rough chop this. I don't want it to be too small, because I want it to kind of match the size of my peppers. And then we'll do the other one. So just a couple of slices here, about 4 or 5. And just a good chop. So there are our peppers and onions chopped up. So I'm going to get this is my vegetable cutting board. I'm going to set it out of the way. And these are the steaks we're going to use. So these are just a strip steak, actually, that I bought at Costco. And the first thing I like to do is cut the fat off of it. So we're going to do that. And usually these don't have a lot on here, so it makes it a pretty good cut to do. And not all of it, just for a little bit. Get a sharp knife for this one, because what I'm going to do is thin slice this steak kind of on a diagonal like this right here. And I just want little bitty pieces. It's going to cook up super quick in our cast iron skillet that's heating up on the stove right now. Super fast, super delicious, bite-sized pieces of steak. So whether you're cooking it for yourself or your whole family, it should be the perfect size. And we're just going to cut through this. So just holding my knife at an angle here. I used to cook the whole steak and then slice it up, and I've realized that this is much better because I can get a better sear on the steak when I throw it in the skillet, and I can get seasonings on it a lot better. Just going to keep on cutting. Alright. I'm going to pick this up, drop it back on our plate. And I like to keep my meat and my vegetables separate when I am making fajitas initially, just because the vegetables I like to be a little bit more tender. So I'm going to drop them in the skillet first. Kind of let them start cooking before I drop the meat in. So just like we did before, just hold your knife at an angle, kind of back towards you, and then slice that steak. See, this one's got a really good marble through it. It's going to be awesome. And this is also something that I like to do. I like to shop at Costco, so usually you get meat in big packages. So this is something that I will come home and sometimes take the entire package of steak and go ahead and cut this up and vacuum seal it and freeze it. That way, if I want fajitas for a quick weeknight meal, I can just take it out of the freezer, pop it in the fridge before I leave for work. And then when I get home, 20 minutes or less, and I can have supper on the table. Now, if you want, these are good size pieces. These will cook up well in the skillet, but if you want it to be a little bit smaller, maybe you've got children who need it smaller, go ahead and cut that steak in half before you start. And that way you'll have smaller pieces, and then you don't have to worry about cutting their steak. And then if you get to a piece like this right here where it is not cutting well, go ahead and just cut that off and throw it away. Got a little bit of fat in there, and that's totally fine. But best to go ahead and get that off now. Right. And there we go. Our steak is ready. And now I'm going to wash my hands real quick and we're going to season it up. So we've got a cast iron skillet that I've had heating on medium heat. I'm going to go ahead and kick that up to medium high. Add just a little bit more olive oil. And it should be good, but we're going to drop a piece of onion in and just see if it's ready to go yet. And it is. You get that little sizzle right there. So we're going to drop all of our vegetables in. Just like that. I'm going to stir them around. So like I said, I like to do my vegetables first, just because I find that they take a little bit longer. And today we're going to use this Simple Truth organic chili lime adobo seasoning. A lot of times I have my own taco seasoning made up, but I don't have any right now, so we're just going to sprinkle some on there. It's already got salt and pepper in it. I'm going to hit it with a little more olive oil. And then just stir it around. And since we're making fajitas, you kind of want a little bit of a char on your vegetables. So now that they're coated with olive oil and I've got the seasoning on them, I'm just going to let them sit here probably about 2 to 3 minutes and just let them start cooking and let them get that sear on them. So it's been cooking for a couple minutes, so we're just going to give it a stir. Oh, it smells delicious. So purple, red onions, whatever you want to call them, they take a bit longer to cook than just a white or yellow onion. So we're going to let these keep going here. Try to keep everybody in the pan. Come to the party. We'll let those cook a couple minutes longer. Okay, we're going to give these a stir, and you can see they're starting to get a little brown. You start to smell it, which is exactly what we want. Okay, so here's what we're going to do now. Drop your heat back down so your pan doesn't get too hot. We're going to take a spatula, put these over to the side for a little bit. And if you'd rather, you can always just set this pan off the stove to do this part. I swear these things are jumping everywhere. They're just so excited. Alright. Now we are going to add a little bit more olive oil to our pan. You can see it's smoking pretty good, which is exactly what we want. And we are going to drop in our steak. Alright. You hear that good sear? It's exactly what we want. So first, we're going to season it up with a little bit more of our chili lime adobo seasoning. Again, you can use taco seasoning, fajita seasoning. You can just do salt and pepper if you want. You're going to hit it with some more olive oil. Just going to kind of move it around here. Alright, hold the skillet. You can see it's starting to cook up really nice. I like to just keep moving it around. You can also do this in 2 batches if you'd rather. Up to your preference on what you want. So I used a strip steak. You can use a ribeye. You can use a sirloin. Whatever you like. I like to go with whatever's probably on sale that week. And if you only have one steak, you can also maybe add in a couple chicken breasts. Alright, we're going to kick this heat up to medium high and let this finish cooking. Alright, let's stir this around a little bit. Getting super close to being done. Alright, just a minute or two longer and these will be done. If you got some pieces like this, it's okay. Just split them down in the bottom of the skillet there. Alright. Okay, so this steak is cooked perfect for our liking. So now, let's drop our peppers and onions back in here. Get all that good juice in there. Gonna turn the heat off. Give this a little stir. There we go. And here we've got fajitas, and we didn't have to go anywhere. Alright, we're just going to finish it off with some fresh cilantro. Just like this right here. And that's what's for dinner. Fajitas, I think, go great with refried beans or charro beans. Take a look at our YouTube channel. You can find the recipe for those on there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop us a comment. We'll see you next time on Cook Around and Find Out.